Shoot. I'm getting old, man. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video. If you guys are new to my channel, it's your boy Tree. I basically like to tell my life through a camera lens and document my fitness journey for anybody out there who can identify as me, a hard gainer who had trouble putting on muscle and getting to know the gym. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys like, make sure you guys subscribe, and show you boys some love. But I want to come outside today because it's really nice. It's been storming really bad here for like the last few days. And so I want to get some fresh air and then basically make a sit down video for you guys. Kind of giving you guys a little bit of insight about myself and sharing one of my personal stories in hopes that it can like motivate you guys not to make the same choice that I did. To make a long story short, I was doing some thinking the other day. So I'm gonna be out here until August. Once I leave here, I'm going back to Houston. And then once I get back, I'm basically gonna be getting ready for school like in 2 weeks, and then boom, school's gonna start. And so I was thinking to myself if I wanted to like play basketball again. So for those of you who do not know, I played basketball in high school. I played AAU, and I played a year of JUCO before I attempted to walk on at the University of Texas at Arlington. But I decided as a fresh 19-year-old that I want to move away from home and do my own thing, and that's basically what I did. And I kind of basically shattered whatever avenue that I could have had there at the University of Texas at Arlington, but I moved to San Antonio, and I don't regret it because life is life. A little bit after I moved to San Antonio, I joined the military. In about 2014, once I got to my first base, I was blessed with the opportunity to play all Air Force basketball. So I went out to the training camp. Normally that's invite only. Shout out to Uncle Lou. I'm not gonna say his real name, but shout out to Uncle Lou for putting me on with the coach. I submitted my form and I got selected in 2014 to go out for the all Air Force team. Great camp. It was out here in San Antonio. There was a lot of great athletes out here, and I really just felt like I was outmatched, but I was able to hold my own up until the very last day, and I got cut after the last game. And I got sent back home, and the only thing they told me was like I did a good job. Come back, you know, next camp a little bit stronger and work on my outside game. So that's really when I started dedicating like my life to the gym and focusing on like building my physique, building my strength, working on my athleticism and things like that. And so with the blessing, I actually got selected in 2015 to go and play for the All Air Force Youth Safety team, which is like the All Air Force Europe team. So shout out to my boy Showers, my boy Nick. We went out there and I got a chance to play with some of the same guys from the camp, and we ended up winning the international championship, which was a great opportunity. Got a chance to play against a lot of great teams like Germany, France, and Netherlands. Got a chance to meet some great people and had a great experience. And so I was actually blessed with the opportunity to get called back out for another camp. I think in like 2017, one of the coaches approached me and wanted me to come out and play. They were doing a tournament, and it was a big deal. Even my commander found out about it, and I wasn't able to go due to work. And most of the time in the military, if you're in the military, you're tempted to do extracurricular stuff, like you want to play sports, you want to do other things outside of work. You do have to understand that, unfortunately, it does have to work around the military schedule. So I sat down with one of my bosses, who's, I'm not gonna name him, he's a great guy, whatever the case may be. He's moved on with his life, he's doing well, and so am I. But we had a really serious sit down because I was really upset that I could not go to this basketball camp because people had been asking me to go. My commander even found out and wanted me to go, and it just would have made a big mess. And so his words to me were, sometimes you just have to take the back seat, and you can't be that star player on the team. You have to be that guy who makes the game-winning block, but not always the guy who's catching the touchdown pass. Basically insinuating sometimes you have to take a back seat on certain things in order for things to continue to move forward elsewhere, or whatever the case may be. And that day is probably the day that the love for basketball was sucked out of my life. And it even gets like a little bit emotional talking about it right now, just because I had such a deep love for basketball. I was really good by the time I got into my 20s, and I could have actually maybe stayed in Germany and played, you know, semi-professional in some league over there, just making decent money and just doing well for myself. But that day, the love for basketball was sucked out of me because one, an opportunity was taken away from me, and then after that, the next time another camp came along, I never even thought twice about it. I didn't even care about going to try out. I didn't care about trying to train or anything like that. I basically just gave up on that goal then and there because I listened to that person's words as if, you know what, maybe I am supposed to be in the military. Maybe I'm not meant to play basketball. Maybe those days are over. Maybe he's right about this and maybe he's right about that. And one thing I didn't do is I didn't fact check myself. Why am I doing this? Why do I want to do this? How long have I been doing this, and what's been driving me this far? My goal obviously was to play at the highest level in the NBA, but obviously it's not meant for everybody. I did feel like I could have stayed and I could have played overseas, or I even could have made a great career playing in the military for the All Air Force team while I was doing what I was doing. But long story short, I didn't, and I let that kill my drive. And ever since then, I played base level basketball, and then when I got to my last base, I played intramurals because they didn't have a base team. And I basically just gave it up, and I went full-fledged fitness, went into personal training. Now I'm a personal trainer, now I'm living my civilian life and everything is great. There are times where I kind of look at my friends who are playing overseas and who are still playing ball, and I kind of look and I ask myself, where could I have been if I had kept pushing myself? So basically I said all that to say this, is that if you have something that you're working towards and that you want, don't ever let anybody take that from you. Don't let anybody ever tell you to put your goals on halt for something else to progress. And obviously, you know, being in the military, the mission does go on, but in life, period, do not let anybody ever discourage you and tell you to the point, are you sure you want to do this? Do you really feel like you can succeed at this? Because even now, being out the military, there's people who watched me get out and who didn't think I could succeed, and who didn't think I would become a personal trainer, and who laughed at the idea that I want to have my own gym and that I want to train people and I want to be successful. People laughed at that idea, and even then, I'm not going to let that stop me now, because look how far I've gotten. But I look and I think, like, what could I really have done if I had kept working out and I kept training and playing basketball? Could I have made it even further than what I am now? But I just say that just motivate somebody, man. If you're having second thoughts on something that you really want to do, don't allow that thought to creep into your head, because as soon as you start doubting yourself, that's when that dream starts to become watered down and it starts to become shattered. If you're talking with somebody and you have friends in your circle who are not supporting you in what you want to do, and who are telling you the most negative things about it versus the positives that can come out of it, you don't need those people in your life. You just have to kind of sit down and self-reflect and reevaluate why you're doing certain things in your life, why you want these things, and continue to push forward. Obviously, it was up to me that moment to give up on those goals and those dreams, but in that sense and in that moment, in that conversation, it was just basically said that, hey, look, sometimes you got to give these things up in order, you know, for life to continue to go on and for things to work properly, you know, here or over here. And for me, that just wasn't fair. I'm not gonna get into the details about that. I just don't think it was fair, and it really, really hurt me deep down. I really love playing basketball, especially with the Air Force. It was great. They treat you like gold when you're out there. It's a great opportunity. But if you're, whether or not you're in fitness, whether or not you want to go to medical school, whether or not you want to become a full-time photographer or a videographer, whatever the case may be, I don't care if you want to become the next freaking Tony Hawk. If you have people in your corner who are not supporting you, or who are telling you that maybe you shouldn't do this because X, Y, and Z, those people should not be in your life. Anybody in your corner, in your circle, whatever the case may be, should always support you in everything you do. And then also, they should be real with you. So obviously, yes, I had friends tell me the pros and cons of getting out the military. Yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be great, but do you have a plan? I had so many of my true friends ask me, what is your plan? I had Alana, Ryan, all my friends, asking me like, hey, do you have a plan? What do you plan to do? Where do you plan to stay? And although things didn't work out exactly the way I wanted them to, things worked out pretty good still here. Even though I'm not in San Antonio where I want it to be, I'm in Houston where I actually like it more, and it's a better fitness community, I think, for me to thrive. So that's basically it, man. I still don't know whether or not I'm going to try to pursue basketball once I do go back to school. I turn 28 in a week, I think in a week, yeah, I turned 28 years old. So I think at this point, my main goal is just to focus on staying fit, staying healthy, building my personal training business, and changing lives in that manner, and continue to do what the Lord needs me to do here on earth. But you guys know now that I could have been a possible basketball star. Boy, if you don't... Just kidding. I still suck. But I can give anybody buckets any given day. That is it for today's video, man. I hope it inspires somebody. If you want to do something with your life, go ahead and do it. Don't let anybody stop you. Pray about it, meditate about it, plan it out, write it out, make it come into fruition. That's the only reason why I've gotten this far as personal training, as far as my YouTube channel. I'm not the biggest, but I'm still pushing, and that's all that really matters. As long as you're pushing each and every day, you're getting closer to your goals, and don't let anybody tell you it's differently, man. But I hope you guys have a blessed night. We're moving past this social distancing thing. The gyms are opening back up, stores are opening back up. Just remember, always remain safe. Make sure you're wearing a mask. Make sure you still have hand sanitizer on. You're keeping yourself safe from other people. That's it for today's video, man. If you guys liked it, go ahead and drop it with a like. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're new to my channel. If you don't know me, you know me now. The name is Tree. Follow me on Instagram at Alien_BeFit. I'll talk to y'all later. God bless. Peace.